Boom. Back. Fucking back, bitches. We got 45 minutes. 45 minutes to be great because Ito's headed up to the fucking mountains with his dog. It's going to be electric. So we're right here going to give you the picks right now. Dylan, how you living, buddy?
Oh, I'm living fucking great. Like you said, touched on it. Heading up to the mountains later, watching some college football. Only money I got riding today on college football is that Tennessee-Alabama game. Everyone's riding a little too high on Tennessee, in my opinion. So, I hammered fucking Alabama.
Oh, did you? Okay, I hammered the +7.5 for the Vols, but actually when I got it, it was at +9. So I'm like, I'm taking that shit. We're going with Big Dick Dave on that one. He watches way more college football than me, and I absolutely love the Tennessee Volunteers this year. They're fucking electric to watch. They got an amazing offense.
Yeah, I haven't watched them at all. I just know who Alabama is and who Tennessee hasn't been since Peyton Manning. So,
Right.
Easy choice for me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I'm going into this thing completely blind. And yeah, we'll see what happens in that game. I keep hearing it should be an electric one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't really know shit about college, but I have watched Tennessee a couple times. I'm going to watch that game after. And it's like to see upsets happen, and I would love to see Tennessee win. I would love to see our boy at Alabama on the sidelines. I forget the fucking coach's name right now. What's his name?
Nick Saban?
Nick Saban. I would love to see Nick Saban all pissed giving an interview after the game like, this is all because of the NIL. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, we need to change it back, boys. Like, this is not college football at all. I just love seeing that guy upset.
Not fucking
And I
cool.
lost money in the national championship, so fuck them. I hate Alabama.
Yeah, same. Actually, I saw a fucking little article this week about how Nick Saban and Hitler actually ran very similar to each other and the way they approach running a country or team. And it's pretty interesting. Take a look at that. It's actually kind of fucking shocking how similar they actually do run shit. So
yeah, and we know how it ended for Hitler. He ended up blasting himself in the dome. So maybe this will happen with Nick Saban.
But with that being said, the guy had a run. Like, he had a run at it, just like Nick Saban has. And all good things come to an end. I'm not saying Hitler was a good thing, but he had a very powerful run, He was one of the most powerful people to ever fucking walk this earth, just like Nick Saban is in the college football world. So, hopefully he doesn't blast himself in the head, but and maybe his run's over. Maybe Tennessee will cover. I'm watching this guy named Tank Bigsby right now. Probably the best name in college football.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah, just in terms of name, he's fucking incredible. He's probably my first-round draft pick next year.
Where does he play?
Plays running back.
For what team?
Auburn.
Oh, you're watching the Auburn game right now? Right on. Yeah, so we're not big into college really, but we got a couple good games going on. We got Penn State, Michigan going on right now, 13-7. Auburn, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is kicking some ass. But then later today, of course, we got the Tennessee Volunteers versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. And also another game that I'm looking forward to is Oklahoma State versus TCU. So I'll be watching those. I'm chilling out at the pad, not doing much today besides relaxing, eating some good food, maybe go to the gym later. So I'm going to be watching these college games today before Sunday. But yeah, man, I mean, we both know about Hitler. We both know about Nick Saban. Both of them very passionate. Both of them little knuckleheads. They both hate Jews, very anti-Semitic. So we'll see how it plays out for Crimson Tide today. But I'll be watching. I'll be fucking watching, kicking back with a couple of sparkling waters. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my drink of choice. So without going into more depth about this, let's get into this NFL slate that we got going on, baby. All right. So we'll start it off with your team, and that is the 49ers. And I'm pulling it up right now, but I believe they're on the road going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. And the current line is San Francisco -4.5, over under 45. Who you got in this game? Do you like the over-under? You like the spread? What you going with?
Well, I mean, it's completely disrespectful that fucking -4.5 is all they're giving them. So I'm probably going to fucking roll with an alternate spread, -2.5, by a couple points. Either that or just go with the money line at -220. I also don't think that is enough paired with something else like around -200. You're looking at even odds. I think the Niners could beat the shit out of them, though. The only thing that scares me about the Falcons is they do have the best win against spread in the NFL right now. So
undefeated so far.
Yeah, so it's kind of scary. They're scrappy, but the Niners are a fucking buzzsaw. They have probably the best defense in the league, in my opinion.
I would say so as well. And like you're saying, you know, the Atlanta Falcons like to keep games interesting. They don't win games, but they get very close to winning, and they cover the spread. So I think either taking the money line, buying a couple points on the spread is nice. And I'm going to throw an anytime touchdown scorer out there. Mr. Jeff Wilson, he's tearing it up so far. It seems like every single game he's had over 100 yards in the last 2 or 3. And he has a nose for the end zone. He gets in there. We'll see what that's paying out with our boy Dylanito right here, the FanDuel master. What's a Jeff Wilson touchdown paying out?
We got Jeff Wilson at -105, so pretty much even money, 5 cents off the dollar. I'll probably take that too. I like that Jeff Wilson. He has been tearing it up. What kind of scares me about it, though, is they do put Debo in the backfield a lot in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
And Debo hasn't scored a touchdown in a couple games. So, Debo's at -115. But, I like Jeff Wilson. I like Jeff Wilson to score. I'll probably ride with that.
You know who else I like to score in that game is someone who hasn't been having the best season this year, but I got a feeling he's going to find the end zone this week, and that's Mr. Kyle Pitts for the Atlanta Falcons. I think they want to get him involved a little bit more. He was injured last week, a little dinged up. What's a Kyle Pitts touchdown paying out at?
+280.
I like that one a lot more for the value. I think he's going to find the end zone. So if I were to throw a little bit of money on there, I'd say ride with Kyle Pitts because I think he's going to score for whatever reason. My nutsack's tingling. If you got a big dick, if you want to let it hang on the table, throw in a Kyle Pitts touchdown, baby. Make that fucking money.
And, you know, Damon, you always have a pick a week that I'm not really a huge fan of come the anytime touchdown score. And that one always seems to hit. So that's actually going to be the one that I'm riding with is the Kyle Pitts.
I'll ride with you into sunset with that one, man.
Yeah, and if we don't hit this bet, man, at that point I need to just stop riding your anytime touchdown scores because anytime I do ride, it doesn't hit. And anytime I don't ride, it does hit. So I don't want to be taking money out of your pocket. So
this is the thing. Whenever you ask me who's going to have an anytime touchdown, that's when I get it wrong. But when it just comes to me, I swear, this one just came to me. It's going to happen. I got full confidence in it, 100%. So we're riding Kyle Pitts this week, and we're both going to make some fucking cash, all right?
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's get on to the next 10 o'clock game. It's going to be on CBS. We're talking about the New England Patriots traveling to the Cleveland Browns at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Current line is -2.5 Cleveland, over-under at 43. I gave you a 2+ touchdown score last week in Nick Chubb. I think they're going to run the ball, both of these teams, about over 100 times combined. I think it's going to be super low scoring. I like the under. And I think Chubb will probably have a touchdown, but that's not going to pay out too much. I don't think he's going to have 2 touchdowns again. Maybe he will. Who knows? But Nick Chubb will score a fucking touchdown. And I think Ramondre Stevenson will also score a touchdown. And I think that the Patriots will actually pull this game out of their ass and win. For whatever reason, we know that Bill Belichick loves the game plan. He's very smart when it comes to his defensive battles. So I see the Patriots pulling this one out of their booty hole.
So I really like that. I'm not really sure. I think this will be actually a really good football game. So I think if you take that +2.5 and turn it to +4.5, I think that's a pretty safe way to go in terms of the Patriots winning. I also like betting on the Patriots straight up. They are at plus money, +116, because it is a coin toss game. So then I'm going to pick the dog in games that I think are coin toss. But you touched on the under. I think that's the safest bet of them all.
For sure.
Both teams have very solid defenses. Both teams' offenses are pretty fucking up and down.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick and the Patriots, they really focus on tackling still. They're an old school style of football team, and they stop the run. They stop the run first. It's teams that could really throw the shit out of the ball that are the teams that put up points against the Patriots. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with the under. Mm-hmm. And if you actually bet on all the stuff that you think is going to happen, which is that Ramondre Stevenson tutty, Nick Chubb tutty, under 43.5 and Patriots money line, you're looking at pretty much +2,000.
Wow.
So that's going to be $5 to win 100.
I'm riding. Let's do that. I like that same game parlay right there.
All right, that's a pretty nice one.
Fuck yeah, it is. I'll throw $5 on that shit. I got 5 on it. Hey, but yeah, what is Vegas thinking with this 43 over and under? I mean, that's a lot of points for this game. Is this a trap game possibly?
I'm not, dude. I don't even know about the whole trap game thing anymore. So everyone was talking about how this week the under was a trap and that these two teams stink and fucking hammer the over because these teams stink.
Yeah,
that's not how it works, man. If a team can't score points, they can't score points. Now, I'm not saying the Browns can't score points, but I'm saying they can't score points against the Patriots. Yeah, they're not going to be just running the ball down their fucking throat. So.
No, and that's all they have, basically. You know, they got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and he doesn't exactly fit the stereotypical elite quarterback comparison to these other football players in the league, like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, all these guys that can put points up on the scoreboard. And when you're going against Bill Belichick, good luck. He's watched the tape. He's developed a game plan to stop you. So I don't think they're going to score very many points. But if they do end up in the red zone, I think that's where Nick Chubb will get his touchdown, just very close to the goal line. Put him in there. He's a little bowling ball.
I mean, Bill Belichick has actually had Jacoby Brissett in the building. And so, I mean, he's seen a lot of Jacoby Brissett. He's going to know how to trick him. I actually kind of like a Jacoby Brissett interception. That's something that just came to me.
Wow.
Let's see what that's going to be at. If that's anywhere near even money, I'm taking it. Mm-hmm. And yes is actually at a plus 106 for Jacoby. So, yeah, I'm going to hammer that because I think Bill's going to have a way to trick him.
Yeah, same. Like you're saying, he's been in the building. He knows his tendencies. He knows what he likes to do. He's going to set up some traps for him, probably have a spy over the top and one of his safeties just waiting for him to throw the ball deep and just gone. Because the only guy he likes to throw to really right now is Amari Cooper. So I would just keep my eyes on him. And I think an interception will definitely happen. And if they're going to give us plus money for that, let's take it. You know, that's a very good call, you know. All right, on to the next one. This one, I don't know why the line is currently at minus 7.5, but we got the Jets versus the Packers at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, over under 45.5. I think that Green Bay absolutely kicks the shit out of the Jets. I think everybody's riding high on New York right now because of the last few games that they've had. They got a lot of young talent over there. But, you know, Aaron Rodgers coming off barely beating the Vikings last week, and then, or not last week, barely beating the Giants last week and the Vikings before that. I think that Aaron Rodgers gets it done this week, and I think they absolutely smash the Jets and put them back into place. What do you think?
I actually kind of disagree with that. We were talking about the Packers all year, and they have one weapon that Aaron Rodgers truly trusts right now, and that's Allen Lazard. He trusts Randall Cobb, says that he's back in full form, but he's not. He's not the Randall Cobb that we remember. He's still fucking old. He's not as explosive. And so the Jets have a guy named Sauce Gardner on the other side of the ball who out of college I thought was going to be a shutdown corner, and he actually turned out to be better than I even thought coming out of college. The guy's physical, he's fast, he's long. He's actually the perfect guy to cover Allen Lazard and let Allen Lazard catch 0 fucking passes all game. Yeah. And the Jets offense is pretty explosive, man. I actually I think I'm going to ride with the Jets at plus 7.5 here. I don't think they'll win the game. But let's not forget, freaking the Packers just lost to the Giants, who still stink. I mean, they are 4-1, but the Giants stink.
The Giants do stink, and I think who stinks more is obviously the New York Jets. You know, and you're talking about Sauce Gardner. I think Sauce Gardner is very, very good, but I think this is going to be a coming out party for a rookie by the name of Romeo Doubs. So if you got him in fantasy, start that motherfucker because I think he's going to go off on the other side of the ball. I know Aaron Rodgers has been looking for him a lot, and I also think Aaron Jones will go off, A.J. Dillon will go off, and I just seen this one being a shootout for the Green Bay Packers. I don't know what reason. I know Big Dick Dave is riding with the spread as well. I usually like to fade him, but I agree with him on this game. I think taking them at 6.5, buying a few points would probably be the safer bet for the Packers because I think they'll win by a touchdown at least. But who knows? I've been wrong before. I've lost money before on the Packers. So,
Well, the other thing is the Packers are traveling back from London, too. They are going to have a little bit of jet lag.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long flight.
Don't forget, like over there and across the pond, there's legal cannabis. I'm pretty sure they get down with the psychedelics too. And I know Aaron Rodgers is into that kind of stuff. Maybe he's got another ego death that just happened this past week. He's finding himself, maybe reading a new self-help book. So I think he's just ready to go. He's fired up,
Yeah, you're thinking of Amsterdam, not England.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it is not legal to smoke weed or do psychedelics in England. So if you're making a trip, what?
You ever heard of the Beatles, man? Come on, they're dropping acid all the time over there.
Yeah, that is true.
In Manchester.
And they're the most overrated band of all time. Let's move on.
Hey, don't you say that about the Beatles, all right? Respect John Lennon and the boys. All right, so we got another
sellouts.
We got another 10 o'clock game. We're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Current line is Indiana -1.5 and the over-under at 41. I don't really know about this game. I think it's going to be pretty low scoring. Maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars will kick some ass, put a lot of points on the scoreboard. But I don't know about this spread. Is this another trap game, Indiana -1.5, or does Vegas know that's something that we don't know? Is this where the Colts start coming back and start dominating like they did last year with Carson Wentz?
Probably not. I think Carson Wentz did not get enough credit for the Colts. I think the Colts thought, oh, yeah, we have all these weapons, but they found out really quick now that Matt Ryan's their quarterback that they don't have weapons. Yeah. They don't really have weapons at all besides Jonathan Taylor, but when you can sack 8 in the box, that's not that big of a deal. I'm going to go Jags money line here at +108. Even though the Jags they did lay an egg over at fucking Houston, and they gave Houston their first win. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think that they're going to have a bounce-back week. And, yeah, I'm riding with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, the generational talent.
There we go. And, yeah, if you have Mr. Matt Ryan on your fantasy team, sit his ass. He's not going to do shit in this game. Maybe Jonathan Taylor will come out. I like your boy, the rookie. What's his name, the white guy?
The white guy. Oh, yeah, Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce. He had a great week last week. I picked him up in my other league. I was like, Ito's right about this guy. He's a monster. I think Matt Ryan's starting to throw to him a little bit more. What's his touchdown paying out for?
His anytime touchdown will be at +290.
I really like him in this game. I think he's going to find the end zone. I don't know if he's had a touchdown all year, so this might be his first touchdown of the year. I believe so, right?
He hasn't. But actually, the first time the Colts played the Jaguars, he dropped a pass in the end zone that would have been a touchdown. And so, yeah, I like Alec Pierce too.
Yeah, I think they're going to be double teaming Michael Pittman, because that's probably their most threatening wide receiver that they have on the squad. So they're going to put all the attention on him. And Alec Pierce is coming off a good week. I think he's going to do well again. He's kind of starting to feel it out a little bit in the NFL, kind of starting to find his footing. So I think he'll have a touchdown this week. That'll be my touchdown score.
Yeah, I like that. But let me tell you this, Damon. I was at that game, the last Colts game when they played the Denver Broncos, and Matt Ryan stinks.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Both those teams are fucking terrible. I was at that game, and people were leaving by halftime. I was supposed to be up in the nosebleeds. I ended up in the 10th row.
That's right.
Just ridiculous, man. I know they didn't have Jonathan Taylor that game, and Nyheim Hines got knocked out in the first quarter, so that wasn't good for the Colts. But, yeah, both the Denver Broncos and the Colts fucking stink.
Yeah, you see Russell Wilson saying he has a torn lat now since, week 2.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable.
That guy just comes up with excuses left and right if he starts doing bad. And I think his run in the NFL is slowly coming to an end. But he did finesse the Denver Broncos out of a huge payday.
Well, yeah, he has 8 years on his contract.
Woo! Yeah, I don't think he's going to last 8 years.
No.
But he's got that guaranteed money. So props to him, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, is looking out for that guy.
Yeah, luckily their owner is the owner of Walmart. So that guy actually smokes blunts rolled in $100 bills. And so double wrapped. And so, they'll be fine. They might just fucking, give Russell the money and tell him to piss off.
I think so. They're going to go to the draft and try to get a young quarterback that maybe Russell Wilson can school up a little bit, teach him some valuable lessons, and he's going to be the fuck out of there. But he's pounding Sierra. So, I mean, for him,
Allegedly, man. I heard Sierra stopped giving it up once he became fucking as corny as he is and sucking. You can't be a cornball and suck.
I heard she gets pounded out by Cortland Sutton and that she lets him watch. So, I mean, at least he's getting some action. He's over there in the corner just jerking off.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens to all of us. Everyone's been a cuck. It's all right. On to the next 10 o'clock game. We're talking about the Minnesota Vikings in Miami, Florida at the Hard Rock Stadium against the Dolphins. I don't know why I said that weird. But the current line is Minnesota -3. And the over-under at 45.5. I believe that Tua might play this game with some mental retardation. So what do you think's going on with this game? Do you think the Dolphins can pull it out of their ass, or do you see another ass whipping coming?
Well, like you said, man, I don't know. I haven't heard Tua speak or seen him walk since the whole gang sign incident. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay away from this game because the Dolphins with Tua know how to put up points. The Vikings are pretty up and down. I'm just going to stay away from this one completely.
Well, this is a 10 o'clock game, and we know how Kirk Cousins does when it's not in prime time. I think Jefferson will probably have a touchdown. I think Dalvin Cook will probably have a touchdown. And I see the Vikings winning. I don't think that Tua should come back yet. I think he should be out for at least like 5 to 6 weeks if he does want to ever play football again. But honestly, I think he should have just stayed out and took a settlement from the NFL for like $1 billion and never played again and just go fishing and go golfing all the time and hang out.
Go surf. He's a noose.
Yeah, he's from the islands, so he's a cool dude, and I just feel bad for him, man. I think that hit was just totally traumatizing to his brain, and it's kind of upsetting to see him back already, and everyone's already trying to get him competitor. He's an Alabama guy. He had Nick Saban as his coach for years, so he's probably brainwashed into just playing football. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to stay away from that game, though, as well. Let's go to the next one, another 10 o'clock game. This one is the Who Dat versus the Who Day matchup of the week, and we're talking about the Bengals at the Saints at the Caesars Superdome, and this fucking ESPN app keeps playing fucking ads. Shut the fuck up already. Stupid Justin Herbert. All right, so the current line is, let me get this pulled up, Cincinnati -2.5 and the over-under at 43. This is kind of a weird game for me. I don't know what is going to happen. Who do you got winning this game?
I got the Bengals winning this game.
Yeah? You think they cover the spread?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Saints fucking stink, dude. That's another team. I know I've said this about a lot of teams already today, but there's a lot of shitty teams in the NFL, and the Saints are one of them. I know they pulled it off against the Seahawks last week, and if they put Taysom Hill at quarterback, they have a shot. But, if they don't, they're probably going to fucking lose again. The Bengals are still not that bad. Joey Burrow seems to start really slow. So another bet that I do kind of like is the Saints first half and the Bengals to win the game. It's called a double result. And that will end up being, let's see, I see the flip side of it. What the fuck is it? Cincinnati Bengals. No. Here we go. Plus 700.
Whoa. I like that right there. Yeah, I believe Jameis Winston has like a few broken bones in his back, so I don't think he's going to be coming back anytime. I have no idea why he's not on the IR, but I agree with you. I think Taysom Hill should be at quarterback, run that speed option all the time. At least he'll get some yards out of that. But I'm unsure about this game because we know that the Saints have a great defense and that the Bengals are just like absolutely getting fucked whenever they go into cover 2. And it seems like every team is kind of picking up on that. Joe Burrow had an interview last week and he's like, if defenses are playing us like that, it's going to be hard for us to put points on the scoreboard. So it's just like a little intimidating to take the Bengals spread in this one.
Yeah.
I think that they'll win, but I'm unsure after hearing that interview with Joey B because he's got ice in his veins. And for him to say that, is he losing confidence? I heard like a reporter coughed in the interview room and he like got all scared from it. I'm like, dude, what's going on? This guy looks rattled. I think it's his offensive line,
Yeah, probably. And Alvin Kamara is all the way back. So, yeah, maybe this is another game you stay away from. Now that you said all that, I'm going to check out what the Bengals have done this year. I feel like they fucking still pull out a lot of their games, but I might be wrong. I might just like fucking Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah, it's hard for me to not like them after the season they had last year, but they're not looking like the same team. They tried to revamp their offensive line, and it looks like it's not working whatsoever. But I don't know if you saw this. Alvin Kamara got a civil lawsuit filed against him from that guy that he punched in Las Vegas at the Pro Bowl last year. So is Alvin Kamara going to perform, or is he going to be all rattled about that? He's thinking about his financial situation.
He's actually probably very relieved from that. As long as he doesn't take the criminal charge at a felony, he's fine. He'll still be making his money in the NFL. The problem is if he goes to jail, that's probably what Alvin's worried about. And so, did that just happen? Because I thought that lawsuit was filed a while ago.
I just saw it yesterday on my ESPN app, so I don't know if it was just filed or it's been in the works, but basically it looks like he's going to be missing those charges, those felony charges that he's facing, and just have to pay out the sucker.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what will happen. And so, yeah, I think the court date's actually coming up, but I think that's been for a while now. I think he's known about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, his lawyer is a smart guy. I'm sure you're probably paying him a lot of money, and he foresaw this happening. All right, let's get to the next game. I'm going to let you break it down while I take a quick little pee-pee. But we're talking about the Ravens versus the Giants at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And the current line is Baltimore -5.5, over under at 45.5. And I like the fucking Ravens to kick the shit out of the Giants. I think the Giants are not good. I think the Bengals are really good. And I think people are just riding high on the Giants after the couple weeks that they've been having with their new head coach and everything. They think it's a new team. But I see them just absolutely smacked. And I think Mark Andrews is going to have maybe 2 touchdowns again. But what do you see happening in this game? Break it down, because I have the bladder of a child and I need to go pee really fast. I'll be fucking quick, though.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Ravens, they'll win this game. I think that the Giants don't have any wide receiver threats. Sterling Shepard got hurt. We all saw that when he was just running a 40 and ended up fucking tearing his ACL against the Cowboys. Then the Giants, besides that, they got no one else on the outside. They got Tony, who's explosive, but never really seems to get the ball too much. And then they have Kenny Golladay, who's pretty much given up on football. So their only threat is Saquon Barkley. It is a new team, but Danny Dimes is still the same guy. So let's ride with the Ravens money line and the Niners money line, and that's going to give you +102. That's going to be my bet of the week. I'm going to be putting some good money on that little parlay.
What's that parlay? I missed it.
The parlay is the Ravens money line and the Niners money line, and that will give you +102.
Nice. I like that. I think those are both surefire games, and if you don't like the spread, I mean, taking the money line in a parlay 2-team, that's going to be very nice.
Yeah, and you touched on Mark Andrews, anytime touchdown scorer. I like that. He's at +100.
Oh, wow. You're going to give us a plus for Mark Andrews? Okay.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous. So I actually might even throw another bet in there with the Ravens spread and Mark Andrews money line, which is +205. Throw another 50 on that.
What's a Mark Andrews +2 touchdowns paying out at? Guessing around +500?
+650.
I'm going to take that. I mean, I really like that. It might not hit, but if I'm going to put my balls on the table, I'm going to throw it on there for Mark Andrews, because that guy's a beast. I think the Giants don't have the best linebackers or a good defense, and if you're going to try to guard that guy with a fucking linebacker, good luck, dude. I mean, you can't have it at all. And I don't think the Giants are those guys yet. They're definitely on their way to becoming those guys. But for now, I think the Ravens are a legit team. They got a great coach. They got great weapons. So, yeah, give me the Ravens all the way. I'm taking the spread in this game. I think they're going to smack them. But, yeah, that's really all I got to say about this game.
Yeah, let's move on. I mean, I don't even think it's going to be a good football game.
Let's get on to this game, the Divorce Bowl, going down against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I don't care what the stadium's called. It's still Heinz Stadium to me. And the current spread is Tampa Bay at -9.5 and the over-under at 46. I saw Big Dick Dave is taking the Steelers with the spread in this game, but I don't know. I think, Michael Jordan had his flu game and everything when he was in the NBA, and I think Tom Brady is that man, and I think this pending divorce that is going on with Giselle is absolutely going to drive him to be the best version of Tom Brady. We know how he faces adversity. He has new plastic surgery that he just got. He's looking like a GQ model. So I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come out here and absolutely stomp on the Steelers. What do you think is happening?
So we were talking about earlier on, Tommy might be going through his transition, and his estrogen levels are spiking, it seems like. And, so we'll see what happens with the spread. The Buccaneers will come out with the victory. But, they barely got past the Falcons last week. The Falcons actually might win that game if there wasn't a bullshit roughing the passer called towards the end. Mm-hmm. Tommy came out in tears saying, oh, that wasn't a good call. That shouldn't happen. I feel really bad for the Falcons. But, like I was saying, that's the estrogen talking. So, hopefully, Tommy I'm worried about the guy. Let's just put it like that, man. I really see the similarities with him and Bruce at this point, and they're getting more and more blatant. Let's not forget Bruce, right before he went full-blown woman, got a divorce. So
that's right.
Oh, this is fucking crazy, man. I'm really hoping the best for Tom.
Hey, we're the first and only podcast to report that theory so far, and it's looking like it's 100% correct at this point. I think he is gonna get a vagina in the near future. He's probably gonna start growing out his hair pretty soon, get it some pierced ears or something like that. That's what happens when you date supermodels, man. You just he needs a fat chick. He needs a fat chick that cooks really good, that holds it down, that watches football every Sunday, drives a Ford F-150. That's what Tommy needs in his life right now. And I feel for the guy, man. I feel for him. But I think Leonard Fournette's gonna have a big ass game. I think that guy will for sure score a touchdown. That's one of my more confident picks. What's an anytime touchdown score paying out for Mr. Lenny? Big game Lenny.
Big game Lenny is paying off at -110.
-110. So it looks like they know he's going to score, but still, I think that's a for sure fire bet. So if you want to make some money, throw it on that one.
Yeah, Yeah, I like that. I also like Deontay Johnson to get in the end zone. I don't know why that one just kind of came to me. He hasn't scored all year. Guy's kind of not had the year he's had last year. I think he'll get in the end zone.
Really?
Yeah, I think this game. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. Actually, I don't know why. I'm feeling a high-scoring game.
No shit, really? Okay, so
yeah, because it just seems like it should be such a low-scoring game. I don't know. I think the Bucs are going to score a lot of points. You know what? Take the spread and take the Buccaneers over on points because the Steelers might not score now that I'm thinking about it, actually. Take out the Deontay Johnson. I'm just spinning shit on my ass. Now that I'm thinking about it a little more logically, that's not going to happen, dude. The Bucs have a great defense. They barely give up points, and the Steelers' offense is terrible.
It's absolutely terrible. I think Najee will score a touchdown for sure. But I think our boy Kenny Pickett will probably have a few interceptions against that great Tampa Bay defense. And like I'm saying, I think Tommy, whenever we think he's going to do bad, whenever he's going through something, he finds a way to totally just reverse our opinion. So Tom Brady is that man. He's still TB12. He's still the GOAT. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I hate the guy because of the tuck rule, but I got to respect him. And I think I'm going to take the Bucs with the spread because the Steelers fucking suck ass. And that's really all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, let's get to the 1:00 games. I really like the spread in this one too, even though it's really, really high. And we're talking about the Panthers versus the Rams at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Always up to no good, baby. And the Rams are the current favorites at -9.5. And the over-under is at 41.5. I think that the Rams get right in this game. I think that they've been sucking lately, not looking too good. Matthew Stafford, absolutely horrible. But I think he gets it done against the Panthers because they're absolutely horrible. I heard that they're trying to trade away Christian McCaffrey right now, so I don't think they're going to be running him a lot because he is super injury prone and they don't want him to get hurt before they try trading him. Maybe get a few draft picks out of it, maybe a couple good players. So what do you see happening in this game? Do you think the Rams can beat them by 10?
I don't really like the Rams offense, so I'm going to say I have no clue about that. I definitely think the Rams will win the game, but yeah, 10 points is a lot of points in the NFL, and the Rams offense looks fucking terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to stay away from that game because -480 on a money line isn't good enough, and I have no clue what the Rams are about. Cam Akers is out this week.
Yep.
So maybe a Darnell Henderson anytime touchdown.
like that.
is appealing, but that's at minus 115. So even that's a little iffy.
I got one for you because we know that Matthew Stafford is racist. We know that he throws to Cooper Kupp about 15 to 20 times a game. I think he'll score a touchdown probably. He's going to have over 100 yards. But I think that he's going to start going a little bit to your guy, Allen Robinson. So what's an Allen Robinson touchdown paying out at?
Plus 250.
I like that. I like those values. I like when they're in the twos. I'm thinking about hammering that one. I think Allen Robinson will have a touchdown. He'll have a good game. Get ESPN all hype. Is this Allen Robinson finally coming out? He won't do shit for the rest of the year, but I think this will be his one game where he shows out because the Carolina Panthers fucking suck, and they're going to put all their energy on Cooper Kupp to try to stop him. So yeah, I like a Henderson touchdown, and I also like an Allen Robinson touchdown, and that value is impeccable. You can't beat that right there.
Yeah, I really like that actually. If you like it, I'm riding Allen Robinson.
Let's do it. Okay, we got another 105 game on Fox, and we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. It's a divisional game. Geno Smith sucks. So does Kyler Murray. The new Call of Duty has finally come out this weekend, so we know Kyler Murray is going to be hitting the sticks. But the Arizona Cardinals are the favorites at minus 2.5. And check out this over-under at 50.5. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
The under. I like the under. What do you see happening in this game, though?
I see the Cardinals winning, and so at minus 142, I think you got to hammer the Cardinals. But, man, that's another game where I almost like the double result because the Cardinals have started slow every fucking game this year. It seems like Kyler Murray's in a different world, and he's just kind of like, game plan, whatever. I fucking kind of forgot what the game plan was, and by the second half, fucking coach is like, all right, well, you just run around, dude. Who fucking cares? Just backyard football. Just yell out a number to the fucking receivers. They'll know what route to run. Yep. And just run around, dude. Like, fucking make some plays. And so another game where I actually really like that double result. And a double result on this one is going to end up at plus 700.
Oh, wow.
So I really like that. Yeah, dude, the Seahawks actually look pretty good. They look a lot better than I thought they would. It seems their defense can't really stop anyone, but their offense is pretty fucking explosive.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Geno Smith. I mean, he looks even better than Russell Wilson last year and this year. So he's looking like that guy right now. I don't know if he's going to stick around very long for them being the starter, but he is doing a good job, and I'll give him credit. And I got a anytime touchdown score for this game as well. We know that DeAndre Hopkins is going to be back next week, and we know that James Conner is going to be out in this game. He's hurt. He's battling an injury. So I like your boy Hollywood Brown to score a touchdown. What's that scoring at? What's that paying out at?
Yeah, plus 120. That's a trade that I was really down about when I first made it. I was thinking, what am I doing, you idiot? And it's actually paying off, man. Hollywood Brown is a dog.
He is a dog.
Yeah, so I really like that. And now I got the guy who actually gave me Hollywood Brown. He's trying to fuck me over. He's offering some bullshit for DeAndre Hopkins because he sees the writing on the wall that he lost that trade and now he wants it back. Yep. And it's not going to happen because D-Hop is going to be their number one. And I think, actually, I really like this offense once he comes back, but it's kind of hindering them now that he's out. But you said something about McCaffrey getting traded, and I was just thinking of a couple teams that he could go to. And I think if he goes to either of these teams, they're Super Bowl fucking champions. And the first one is the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
I could see the Buffalo Bills going heavy after him. Now, I don't know if they have the cap room to do that, but with a salary cap, Olympics, and acrobats that some of these guys in the front office are able to pull off, it almost seems like you can get whoever you want on your team if you actually want them. Mm-hmm. And if the Bills have a guy like Christian McCaffrey, that will be fucking scary. Yep. And same with the Niners. If the Niners pick up a Christian McCaffrey, they got two fucking Deebo Samuels pretty much on the field. Two guys that could run out of the backfield and, fucking run routes like a wide receiver and run the football like a running back. And so you have those two guys on the same field. You can't really stop it.
Oh, yeah. And the Niners have some weapons that they could trade away, too. I mean, I know Brandon Ayuk is pretty high on the Niners, but I could see the Niners giving away Brandon Ayuk for Christian McCaffrey, and I think the Panthers will both pick that. Maybe a couple picks, too, because they have confidence that they're going to do well and that they won't have a high draft pick,
Yeah.
So trade that away, first rounder, second rounder, and Brandon Ayuk, and I think that's totally worth it. We know he's injury prone, But I agree with that. I think either going to the Niners or the Bills, those would make those teams 10 times better. But let's get into this next game. Since you mentioned the Bills, I think this is the matchup of the week. I'm going golfing early so I can watch this game at 125, and that is the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs, both 4-1. And this is taking place at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. The current line is Buffalo favored at -2.5, and the over-under is super high at 54. But I like the over. I think it's going to be electric, just like in that playoff game last year. We know Josh Allen has been thinking about that playoff loss. He's ready for revenge. But don't ever, ever, ever make Patrick Mahomes the underdog at home, because that's absolutely disrespectful.
Yep.
I saw a stat the other day that Patrick Mahomes is 5-0 when he's the underdog at home. So he's never lost in these kind of situations. He's paying attention to that spread. He's fucking like, fuck Vegas. These guys don't respect me. They don't respect this team. So I see the Chiefs pulling an upset in this game. I like the money line, but what are you thinking?
I love the money line too. I was actually going to say the same thing. I'm going to bet on the Chiefs. Don't fucking make Patrick Mahomes an underdog. No. If anything, make it a toss-up game. Who do the Bills think they are?
Oh my God, they're probably one of the best teams in the league right now for sure. But you know, Kansas City, they got Andy Reid. He's an absolute genius. He's a quarterback whisperer, and he has some good weapons over there. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is looking really good this year. I don't think their wide receivers are quite as good, but they still got Mr. Travis Kelce, who opens it up for all the other guys because they got to double team that fucker or else he's going to go off. So with that being said, I like an MVS touchdown. What's that paying out at?
Let's see. That is at plus 250.
There we go. There's another value. I like the value picks right here because you could bet a little bit of money and win a lot. $25 basically to win 50. That's not a bad bet at all. But yeah, I think he'll find the end zone, and I think it's going to be super high scoring. So I would hammer the and Gabe Davis will find the end zone again because he's coming off a big week. What's an anytime touchdown paying out for him?
Plus 125. And I heard an interview with Gabe Davis this week, and very interesting. He went to UCF, and over there, that offensive coordinator or head coach who's ever running the offense over there actually has the receivers running more of a pro-styled scheme where it's a lot of option routes. And Gabe Davis was just talking about how the Bills coach actually went and talked to him about what he ran at UCF, what he's comfortable with, what kind of options he likes. And so Gabe Davis has actually been running the same route since he was in college. And he third year with Josh Allen, and they're on the same page now. We saw last week he had 2 big touchdowns. One of them he ripped away from Mika Fitzpatrick, which was incredible. I don't really understand how he did it. But yeah, I like the Gabe Davis touchdown. I'm completely on the Gabe Davis boat. Regardless of any of that, man, I think the Chiefs at plus 120 is going to be the best bet of that game.
Oh yeah, I agree. And like you're saying about Gabe Davis, he wasn't exactly looking like himself since week 1, where he had a great game, and then this last week. But in between that, he's battling an ankle injury, so I think he's going to be fully back. And that makes me a little scary about the money line. Makes me a little scared about the money line for the Chiefs because I think that the Bills are ready to go. Josh Allen is a very petty motherfucker like Tom Brady. He keeps those games in the back of his head. So I would still bet on the Chiefs, but I think this is going to be an absolutely electric game to watch. And I'm going to be watching that on my couch, chilling out, making some barbecue, you know what I'm saying, eating some tri-tip or something like that. And it's going to be fun as fuck to watch.
Let me tell you something that makes me absolutely sick about the Bills.
All right.
These motherfuckers have never been to an AFC championship game, let alone a fucking Super Bowl. They herald Josh Allen as, possibly the best quarterback in the league. I think he might be better than Patrick Mahomes. No. All those people need to shut the fuck up, man. I'm so sick of hearing all that bullshit. You have the Niners team that was led by Jimmy G to a Super Bowl and then to an NFC championship game last year. And all I keep hearing is, Jimmy G can't win a Super Bowl. But somehow sorry-ass Josh Allen is fucking, this guy's going to win 6 of them. And so I don't really understand all the fucking hype. I don't think the Bills are as good as people say they are. I think that they love beating the shit out of shitty teams. And they are one of the best teams I've ever seen at beating the shit out of shitty teams. But anytime You know, you got a good opponent on the other side with half of a nutsack. These games, they lose. They fucking lose. And then everyone wants to make an excuse about how, the overtime rules need to be changed or, whatever, man. Whatever the fucking excuse has to be that game, let's just shut the fuck up and see if they could actually win a big game.
Yeah.
For that reason, that's like literally the reason I'm betting on the Chiefs. I don't mean to go off on Josh Allen like that. I think he's pretty good, but I don't think the guy knows how to manage a clock very well. I think that he's completely oblivious to the scoreboard at all times. He plays the same game, whether he's up by fucking 20 or if it's a fucking 3-point game, and there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable that so many people like are this high on the Bills when it's like they still haven't proven shit.
No.
Like, I can't think of another team that has got the hype or recognition or another quarterback with the hype or recognition that Josh Allen and the Bills get that haven't fucking won multiple playoff games. Like, in the same – it's unbelievable.
We know what it is. It's ESPN being ESPN. They got to make headlines. They got to get the people excited. And everyone loves the Bills. So they're just going to say they're the best team. They're the Super Bowl favorites, blah, blah, blah. And it's absolute bullshit because all these guys are nerds that have never played a fucking game in their life. And we're big into where guys went to high school, went to college and everything. You know, history tends to repeat itself. And if you look at Patrick Mahomes, right, absolute stud in high school, full ride scholarship to Texas Tech. And then you look at Josh Allen, and this guy, you know, he got no offers coming out of high school. He ended up playing junior college ball against myself in the same league as myself at Reedley College. And then he put out his tape. And the only place that accepted him was Wyoming. So you got a Wyoming guy versus a Texas Tech guy. Absolute stud. I'm going with the Texas Tech D1 guy all day as opposed to Josh Allen, who took the hard route. And I think he's very talented. I do think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but nowhere near Patrick Mahomes at all. So,
And for all you fucking haters, I'm talking to you, Landon, because I know you're all over Josh Allen's dick. I haven't even heard you say it, but I just know you are. I know you stroke that freaking white cock of his. But let me tell you this, dude. Let me tell you this. I want you to go back, and I want you to look at Jimmy G's first 50 starts as an NFL quarterback. And I want you to go look at Josh Allen's first 50 starts as an NFL quarterback. And then I want to hear why the fuck you think Josh Allen is so much better than our boy Jimmy G. And then don't even get me started with Trey Lance, you son of a bitch. So, all right, let's move on to this next game. I had to get that off my chest.
I love it. I always love the Landon Akhtar slant, especially when he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, shout out to Landon, dude. I fucking just like doing that because freaking you piss me off about quarterbacks.
Oh, you know he's going to be watching this, too. He's going to be fucking listening, so I love it. I can't wait for the text after this. All right, so let's go to the Sunday night football matchup. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm not going to lie. We got the Dallas Cowboys, your favorite team of all time. You're not wearing the Cowboys hat right now.
No.
But Cowboys at the Eagles in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Lincoln Financial Field. The current line is Philadelphia at -6.5, over under at 42. I really like the Cowboys to cover the spread at -7.5, 5 point. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think that the Eagles defense is good, but I think it's a little overrated. And I think the Cowboys defense is very, very good. And Cooper Rush is still starting, absolute stud, 5-0 so far in his first 5 starts. So I don't know if the Cowboys are going to win, but I think they're going to make it a close, competitive game. And I do like the over at 42 because I think it's going to be very high scoring. What do you see happening?
Well, let me tell you this right now, Damon. The NFL, what does the NFL love? The NFL loves one thing. It's
what's that?
Storylines. They fucking love storylines. They love quarterback controversies. Let me tell you this. The Cowboys win this game. They got a real fucking quarterback controversy.
Oh, yeah.
If Cooper Rush beats every team that he plays and then beats the best team possibly in the NFL right now in the Eagles, how in the fuck do you give Dak Prescott his job back? That's another guy. Freaking, it's unbelievable the kind of hype that guy has got.
The Black Kirk Cousins.
The Black Kirk Cousins, you know? And it's weird to me because I keep hearing, oh, the Cowboys offense is better than is better without Dak Prescott. Oh, but it's not Dak Prescott's fault. It's because they run the ball more. Well, hey, how about this, Dak? If you're listening, get your head out of your ass and start running the football more. Don't look at Russell Wilson. Do you want to be Russell Wilson?
No.
You don't want to be Russell Wilson. So fucking get your head out of your ass. shut the fuck up, hand the ball to Zeke, hand the ball to Pollard, and let the play action open shit up, just like you did as a rookie. All these guys start getting big heads because, they have a great offense, have a great scheme around them. And then they start thinking, hey, I'm the guy.
Yep.
Like, holy shit, I could throw for 400 yards a game, but, you can't.
No.
So let's stop thinking about that. I love the Eagles, so I'm not going to bet on this game because I love the Eagles, and I think the Cowboys might win because the NFL's rigged.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, good luck. I really want Cooper Rush to pull this off just for the pure fact that I think it would be awesome to watch Dak lose his job to a guy no one's ever heard of.
Dude, yeah. And I think I totally agree with you about the Dak Prescott point. He got that big fucking paycheck from Jerry Jones. And we know Jerry Jones doesn't like to play black motherfuckers unless they're running at running back or they're at linebacker. So he's full of himself right now. He's like, I am that guy. I am that guy. I mean, but Cooper Rush is just the redheaded monster, and he's just coming for his job. And I think if he wins this, how can you put Dak Prescott back in that game? I think the Cowboys are better with him in there, with Cooper Rush in the game. So, yeah, with that being said, man, last week I told you that the Cowboys were going to beat the Rams. And you didn't believe me, but I think that their defense is just impeccable. You can't stop Micah. I think he's going to be in Jalen Hurts' ass. I don't think it's going to be a good game for them, but I still think they put up points. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say.
Okay.
All right, let's get into this Monday night matchup. Seems kind of boring to me. I think that the Chargers will probably win, but we're talking about the Denver Broncos in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Inglewood up to no good. They got 2 games in 2 days, pulling in that fucking money. And the Chargers are currently favored at -4.5, over under at 45.5. And we know that Keenan Allen is back off of his hamstring injury. So I think that Keenan Allen's going to go off. I think that Justin Herbert's going to go off. And I think that's absolutely going to the Broncos out. But with that being said, I mean, the Chargers do have a lot of defensive pieces missing. So maybe it will be high scoring. I don't know. What do you see happening in this game?
Yeah, the Chargers are going to win this game. Like I said, I've been to 2 Broncos games now this year, and they fucking suck, man. Russell Wilson, there's one anomaly at quarterback that's been under 6 foot, that's been able to just be a drop back passer, and his name is Drew Brees. And he really is the only quarterback.
Oh, Doug Flutie.
What?
Doug Flutie. Don't forget about Doug Flutie.
Okay, whatever. How many Super Bowls does Doug Flutie have?
I think he has 1.
Does he?
Yeah. Doug Flutie was that guy. Yeah, he's actually the mentor to Drew Brees. Yeah.
Okay, Doug Flutie and Drew Brees. But Russell Wilson thinks he's someone he's not. He's just like Dak Prescott, man.
Yeah.
When they were winning all those games and they had the Legion of Boom, I mean, that should be enough. Like, that's a fucking great nickname for defense. And then you have Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. And I don't know if you saw after that Broncos last game, Richard Sherman absolutely going off. Just run the football. Run the football. There's some deep pent-up anger in not only him, but probably every teammate on the Seahawks. And Russell Wilson's doing the same exact thing to the Broncos, Yeah. You saw some fucking, I don't know who he was. I think his name was Hamler, number 1 on the Broncos, throwing his fucking helmet into the ground, like banging it into the ground. You'll never see one of Brady's receivers doing that to show him up, but that's where the Broncos are at right now. They have a dipshit head coach. They have a prima donna quarterback, and they suck at football. So, hammer the fucking Chargers at fucking -9.5, if you really want to get ballsy. -4.5 is an absolute steal. Take that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all I got to say, man. I respect Denver Broncos fans. I feel very bad for them right now because, unlike Raiders fans, they're very aware of their situation. Yeah. They understand, hey, we stink. and this sucks because we are in a really good division. And so
that's a very good point about Raider fans. We no matter what happens, we still think we have a chance for the Super Bowl every week. And this is another prime example of dating a superstar. You can't have a hot chick that's a superstar. It's just going to go bad for you. Oh, there she is. There she is. So cute. And, Russell Wilson, he needs a fat chick too. He needs a chick from Denver, Colorado that rides horses, that knows how to whoop up some good. Oh, he's got the gap. He needs a fat chick that can whoop up some good fucking steak and eggs for breakfast, maybe a little bit of chicken fried steak. I don't know, but Sierra's got to go if Russell Wilson wants the opportunity in the NFL to be great and make it back to the Super Bowl. And all those Super Bowl bettors for the Denver Broncos after Russell Wilson got traded are looking like fucking idiots right now. So
yeah,
for them, it's not gonna happen.
No.
All right. Well, that's
one more thing. We're sponsored by Bug Assault. If you ever want to have some fun and you got a fucking fly problem around your place, even if you don't have a fly problem, even if you want to just go out and hunt flies one day, Bug Assault, man. Best $50 I've ever spent. Fuck, you get a laser attachment for an extra $20. I think that's kind of a ripoff, but these things are very effective. I picked it up because a fly kept going around the screen, but at this point in our house, they fucking know what this means. It means get the fuck out or die. Yeah, so just killed one of those motherfuckers right now. Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Nalu. I accidentally shot my dog in the eye, it appears. I think it ricocheted off the couch. So, Bug Assault. It's our main sponsor.
Hey. We love the NRA. We love Trump. I mean, Ito's over there wearing his MAGA hat right now. So, we're big Republicans on this show. He's living in Colorado. So we got to shout out our boys. Get that shit, blast some flies, and have a great time while doing it. And just don't shoot your dog in the eye because that's fucked up.
Yeah, remember, this thing does ricochet. So don't shoot yourself in the eye either. I've done that a couple times. It does not feel good. It goes right off the wall and fucking it burns. So,
wear your glasses. You got to wear safety glasses when you pull that bad boy out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Well,
all right, bro.
It's been fun fucking heading up to the mountains.
Let's
go. You gonna go play some golf?
Yeah, I'm going to go play some golf tomorrow. I'm going to hit 18 at Ridgemark and Hollister with the boys. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know my score. Hopefully I'm the low man.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, brother. Well, good doing this. Keep talking. Have fun.
Catch you later.
All right, peace.